Welcome to another episode of Motivation Monday. My name is Tori Gant, and this time we're going to be talking about the effects of alcohol and why people are using and drinking, especially for underage, and some of the complications that come with that. And then, as a light, obviously, motivation part is how to help your friends, how to communicate to them, the dangers, the possibilities, some of the things that they may encounter if this continues to go, and then how to speak to them, understanding that you are protecting your relationship with them more than trying to make them feel bad or feel down or give up on themselves. And so the first thing I want to come out of the gate with, and if you have a friend that is using or currently using or thinking about using, let them know that your friendship means a lot to them. It's truthful, it's honesty, and really we understand friendship. We start taking it from just friendship to relationship, all right? And so with my twin and I, we have an agreement, protect the relationship over the friendship. Because again, sometimes we won't tell our friends the truth because we're afraid of what they may think of us. However, if we're really, really caring about the relationship, I'd rather protect the relationship over the friendship. I'd rather you be alive and mad at me than dead and love me, so to speak. So be willing to speak up, and hopefully we can give you a couple little tools and little opportunities to be able to understand that your voice is valuable. It helps out. It gains a great momentum and everything that's going to happen with your friendship. So with alcohol use, and my background just come from it's a long line of alcoholism, so part of me and my own personal feelings toward the use of alcohol is just I just know there's a strong addiction personality there within my family lineage. So that's my personal beliefs of just know, even though I'm plenty of age, I just choose not to go down that path. Now, however, you may run into people that want to drink, and especially now with things being down, we got COVID, we got people that you may have friends that are drinking because they're bored, and we've even had them say that I am bored, so that's why I'm doing this. I don't have anything else to do. I try to use this as a way of not thinking about what's going on and drowning out sorrows and drowning out problems, and even as people get older, this is one of the main uses for alcohol. Sometimes people go and try to just kind of obliterate themselves from what's currently going on in their life. Well, that doesn't really get rid of the struggle at all. In fact, it comes back even stronger because now maybe you spent money you should have kept, or something should have been done, or you went through something that could have happened. So immediately what happens is that when alcohol hits the body, within that first hour, the intoxication process take place because it gets into the bloodstream. And so the bloodstream and that effects of it, and then it starts to affect organs and the brain and how everything works. And your liver can only process, it can only do so much. It'll only be as effective as possible. But with these things being poured in you, especially when you're not of age, and there's a level of intoxication that begins happening. All of that depends on body size, and there's a whole bunch of different factors, but the facts still remain. You just put something in your bloodstream that's going to start to affect your thinking. It's going to affect your mindset, your attitude, the way you behave, the way your response. It'll be slower, and so then when you're thinking about it from a friend standpoint to help another friend, you're like, hey, look, I want you to have your best opportunity. I want you to be able to focus and enter into every day, every possible thing that you're doing in your best manner, right? We don't want slow judgment. We don't want things that be able to hinder us or even affect our brains long term. So speak up. If someone's not of age, obviously the answer is no. Do not start drinking. Do not limit yourself. Do not take yourself out of a possible great opportunity in your life and enter into this thing that begins to rob you at such an early age. So the brain, the liver, everything starts to become affected by this. So you as a friend looking out and just begin to say, hey, look, hey, I want you. I want you at your best. I want to be here for you. In order to be here for you, trust me, I'm going to have to be honest with you. And that honesty is the best thing. And they may not react favorably, but realize they will appreciate you for fighting for them. I often think about this, that addictions begin to take people from calling their own shot to living for the next shot. Like they can't make their own decisions and they can't do it on their own. And one of the things as a teenager, that's one of the goals is like someday I want to be able to make decisions on my own. Well, again, if you start drinking too early and you start to get into this pattern and you become addicted to alcohol, that thing begins to make the decision for you. It tells you what you're going to buy and what you're going to spend money on, and it doesn't care about what the needs are in your life, whether it's children or bills or whatever. It says you want me, and you are going to take me in. And it is crazy to see. It's crazy to watch. I've had two brothers die from cirrhosis of the liver, just drink themselves to death. And so one of the things that I wish I could have said, right? I wish I would have had the voice. Always the statement is, if I'd have known then what I know now. Well, regardless of that, I do know now that I'm going to speak and be an advocate for keeping people, giving them the right message to go on, get on the right track. And is never forget this, right? Growing up and across the street, we had this great guy, like Sunday through Thursday, Joel was the nicest man you ever wanted to meet. On Friday, he would go and he would drink, and he would get in his truck and he would drive 90 miles an hour in the residential area. I don't understand how this man never got arrested. No one ever called the cops. I mean, it was a constant thing in our life to know to get out of the street. We could hear his truck coming for miles, right? And so we would get out of the street. The behavior was put up with, and he did it and did it all over again. And it's amazing. He never had a wreck, never got into an accident. But Friday and Saturday, he would drive like that. He'd get out of his truck in the neighborhood, no shirt on, get out and just use profanity, and just was the meanest person ever. On Sunday, he would be back to this nice guy who would help people, change tires, take people food. It was like two different people. And so one of the things, the effects of alcohol, it takes you out of who you really are, what you're really capable of being. And as hard as you can try to be what you need to be, if you've allowed that thing to consume you, just like our friend Joel, it will take you out of the nice person. There are husbands that begin to become violent in their homes, or people become violent, period, who are not normally violent, but under the influence, the brain is under attack, the liver is under attack, the organs are under attack. So then they attack. And so I want you kind of think about what type of friendship that you can be, what kind of voice that you can have. If your friends are bored, let's make a connection. If they're doing this saying, I just don't have anything to do, I'm bored, let's find some things to do. Let's find some things to talk about to get them out of the boredom loop that's causing them to make this choice. Let's say they want to fit in somewhere. Let's get them in a place where make them feel like they were wanted and fit in, and whatever we can do to fight this battle of students starting to drink early and just that's beginning to pull them away. We got an opportunity to be able to do that. So it's not just kind of the brain begins to chatter in and understand after a while this gets in there. It says that's not what makes it dangerous. It's what it keeps us from hearing. So if I'm hearing that my mind is like, I need this, but it's what it keeps you from hearing that you're better regardless, without this. You are the absolute best you. And so in an opportunity of being in a place of saying, hey, give yourself an opportunity. Give yourself the best chance. Give yourself a fighting chance, right? Don't allow anything to interrupt your best way of thinking, your best way of carrying yourself, your best way of being a good friend and being able to give back. And don't allow this thing to steal. And as you step up on the other side of this and begin to be there as the person that can give them and eat up that time that tries to make them feel like there's nothing else better to do, you'll begin to come along and y'all can grow together. The danger of addiction is alcohol, which is one of those things I try not to be in a way to show how much I just don't like it, but I don't. It is a number of family members that we have buried due to the use of alcohol is outrageous. And I just think about the fact of we need to make sure we give ourselves an opportunity or a fighting chance. If you have a friend that's using, please contact someone. I'd say, one of my challenges to you is talk to your friends, be open, be direct. Let them know that you're here for them and that you're willing to walk with them through whatever they need to do. The other challenge is check on your friends and make sure that they are not just limited in what they have time to do, that you're going to be there throughout the entire time, whatever they need from you, you're going to be there to give it to them. And as you take those steps, man, we're going to have a better lives. We're going to have better people, not people that are going to be able to grow, knowing that someone's there to care for them and realize that to give them their best opportunity to be their best person. So we got a great life. We're going to be great life. We're going to have our best life, and we're going to be able to do that. So when lies are not confronted, a lot of big dreams are not fulfilled. So if people say, I got to have this, I got to have it, you don't have to have it. Confront that lie so that they can live their dreams. Hey, my name is Tori Gant. I thank you guys for listening. I'll see you next time.